So we had a power outage and we lost kind of our feed there. So I'm going to kind of come back on here and just kind of pick up the very last bit. I was almost finished with the sermon. We're just kind of heading for the home stretch there. But I'm going to recap the last little bit that you all might have missed online. We talked about these 5 benefits that David just gives God thanks for. He gives God thanks for forgiveness and healing, for redemption, for love. And the last one we just finished up on is He satisfies us with good. And one of the problems that we tend to have in life is we try to satisfy ourselves with good rather than getting what God gives us. We try to go beyond the good that He gives us, and we try to chase after things and pursue things to feel happy, to feed our happiness. And most of us know good well in the end, stuff doesn't produce happiness. It's temporary joy that ends up fading. But what David knows and what he recognizes is that with the Lord, He satisfies us with good. And when you take hold of all these blessings, the forgiveness, the healing, the redemption, the love, the satisfaction that Christ offers us, that God offers us, what David says in the last part of verse 5, he says, what all that does is it renews your youth like the eagles. I mean, what does it mean to have your youth renewed like an eagle? Well, it's kind of the idea that an eagle's youth gets renewed because life takes a toll on the eagle. So the eagle's got to battle storms and winds and the elements. It's got to find food, fight for survival. It's got to take care of a nest. It just gets beat up over the course of life. And so after the course of life takes its toll on the eagle, the bird looks pretty rough. Maybe feathers are missing, feathers are tattered, things just don't look so good. But what the eagle does, and what really a lot of birds do, is they molt. They shed off that layer of feathers, and they grow a new feather. They grow new feathers back, and they look renewed. And David's saying that's what God does for us. Through His forgiveness, His healing, His love, His redemption, and all the good that He gives us to satisfy us, it begins to renew us. That's the promise we have. Because the storms of this life do batter us. Sin hurts us. Situations overwhelms us. But God promises to renew us. And for those of us that know Jesus, those are promises that we can claim. Benefits we can grab a hold of and give God thanks for, no matter what's going on in our lives. Those are all benefits that He won for us by sending His Son Jesus to live in this storm-filled world. The Jesus who was battered when He went to Calvary's cross, but was renewed and victorious when He walked out of that tomb on Easter. These are promises He's won and secured for us. So as you gather together this week with your families or with whoever, it might be a different looking kind of Thanksgiving. It might feel different. It might be different in a lot of ways. But your homework and my challenge to you, as different as it may be, take some time to actually count your blessings. Spend some time actually writing out the things that God has done for you. And I would encourage you, as old-fashioned as it may sound, to get a piece of paper and a pencil, or maybe an app on a device, and list out the blessings that you have. Put into practice counting your blessings. Start with what God's done for you. Maybe it's the forgiveness, it's Jesus, it's the Holy Spirit, it's His presence with us. And then from what God's done for you, move into what God has given you. A home, a family, a job, food on your table, clothes on your back, a church family that loves you, and as long as we have power, we're here for you. Count your blessings. Because if you begin to do that, that begins to change your heart. It shifts your mood. It moves your thinking. It lifts your spirit. It begins to fill you with joy instead of negativity, hope instead of pessimism, strength instead of weakness. When you begin to count your blessings and practice gratitude, your life begins to change, and your relationship with the Lord begins to flourish. So like the old hymn says, amid the conflict, whether great or small, do not be discouraged, God is over all. Count your many blessings, angels will attend, help and comfort give you until your journey's end. So this week, count your blessings, name them one by one, and be in awe of all that God has done.